Chapter 32. Once my ribs audibly unfucked themselves by snapping back into place aided by my high-speed regeneration, I sat up so I could look Wonder Woman in the eyes as Galatea did the same, but obviously grudgingly. Wonder Woman, seeing us having recovered, and giving her our full attention, nodded as she smiled lightly before she began to speak. Well, that fight was certainly informative. Wonder Woman then looked to Galatea as she continued. You did more damage to Jake than even I did when I used you as a flail until I got the drop on him with the donkey kick. Wonder Woman scolded Galatea, making the clone blush in embarrassment. Jake, you didn't even bother to work with Galatea except for when you teleported her out of my lasso's grasp at the end. Why is that? She questioned, and I kind of shrugged. Honestly, I have little to no experience with fighting with others. My team was very much solo fighters for the most part except for Calder. I said, not wanting to say explain. I enjoyed seeing Galatea getting the shit kicked out of her, which made the little petty feeling of annoyance at her literally charring my flesh so badly before I had to rip it off so I could regenerate it. Not that what I said at all was a lie, as Kid Flash was a speedster and Robin was a ninja. Both of them did their own thing. Superboy was a miniature Hulk that just smashed people and things. And Miss Martian and Artemis were both supporting characters who would control the battlefield and not directly join it. Hence why Calder, with his prior military-like experience, knew the value of teamwork, and how to insert himself into a scenario to enhance his teammates' strengths with his own. That's fair. It took a number of incidents for me to learn how to best work with a speedster back when I first joined Man's World. Wonder Woman pondered aloud before she cleared her memories of nostalgia, probably about working with the old Justice Society during World War II. Well, for one, you might as well call me Diana should we be in a more private setting like this. And I will be having you and Galatea work together in order to foster a sense of teamwork and understanding while working with other heroes. Diana said as she stood up and brushed aside any dust on her leotard. Wordlessly, Galatea and I got up as well. Then I asked Diana a thought that was on my mind. So now what? I asked as Galatea looked at me in dismay as though asking, why have her give us more stuff to do? More combat training isn't needed at the moment. Aha! Diana said proudly as she dropped her fist in her palm at a realization. You both are very much lacking in mundane hero work. Thankfully, Columbia is a firm supporter of the Justice League, so we are allowed to patrol the country with impunity. Then Wonder Woman's face twitched as I came to the same conclusion. She was thinking of what we were going to do. The League has received info from a tip about a large jungle drug lab that is heavily armed. What you will do is capture all the leaders of the drug lab and the personnel who are making the drugs. Diana explained, and I couldn't help but facepalm. What's the latest status on that psychopath villain Snowflame? I asked dryly, with both of the ladies looking at me in confusion. Wait, Diana, you seriously don't know of Snowflame? He literally supplies half of Hell and other realms with their cocaine. I asked, surprised as hell as I saw the large bags of cocaine with snowflakes on fire stickers on the bag showing the bag's origins being from that very supervillain. Then, with both of them apparently having zero fucking clue who Snowflame was, I just recited his information with as much of a deadpan as I could. Unique physiology: Snowflame gains superpowers upon snorting cocaine. As long as he is sufficiently high, his powers work. When sober, his powers fade away. Superhuman strength. Superhuman speed. Superhuman durability, immunity to pain. Pyrokinesis: Snowflame gains control over white flames that even glow out of his eyes. Cocaine touch: touching Snowflame was sufficient to give the superhumans a contact high. This is due to the inhumanly high levels of cocaine in his body. Ah yes, that man. Back when the Green Lanterns came down to Earth in force to clean up a great deal of crime that cropped up after the Justice League hit a rough patch, they decided to take a crack at breaking apart the drug cartels of Columbia. Diana said as she searched her very long memory, and I could see the relevant memory was about to make her burst into laughter. Yeah. And if he is still there, he can literally do enough cocaine to match Superman and you in strength, and fighting him around a whole drug lab sounds like all those people we are supposed to capture dying. I said as I brushed my hand over my face in memory of all the people who got dragged into me and Clarion's battle over Salem. Diana gave me a soft look before she shook her head. Regardless of whether he is there or not, we must do the right thing in taking down those mega drug labs, and with the people we capture there, we can put names and faces to the upper levels of the cartels so we can capture them to be extradited to the US. Hearing her calling it a mega cartel, I felt an even more foreboding weight upon me as I gave her a look. How will we capture all those people then? I asked finally, and Diana explained how we will be riding with Colombians' anti-drug military units, and even better, in order to avoid corruption and having the cartel forewarned about the militaries coming, Diana would be the one flying the leading helicopter with the rest following her lead. When will we be doing this? Galatea finally huffed as she folded her arms under her large breasts, pushing them up into her boob window while she hissed at the feeling of holding her still sore stomach. Wonder Woman gave Galatea an inspective look before shifting her gaze to me, and without a change to her expression, she spoke. We will be heading back to the embassy in a minute, and I will leave you two to clean up and talk for half an hour while I speak to the Colombian military and give them time to get prepared. Then we will take a Zeta teleporter directly to Bogota to then fly to the military base that will take us to Drug Lab. Wonder Woman strictly explained our itinerary.